anyways, thank you all for those of you that are here and those of you watching the recording later on. Our intention every single week is to provide a lot of value, give you context on the platform that our guest is on, plus also give you things that you can go back and apply into your own business. So we're super grateful that you're here. Just so you guys know, this is Ramiro. We go back a couple years now. We were at KW together, and he was used to be a big Mike Ferry guy, calling expireds and FISBOs. And as you know, times change, so you have to change with the market. And Ramiro, he now has a YouTube channel that he started about 5-6 months ago, and he has over 1,200 followers already. He's going to be hitting 1,300 probably by the end of this month, maybe in 1,400. And that's something that I wanted to bring him on here so he can share about. So excited, grateful that you're here. Ramiro, I don't know if there's anything you want to share about yourself that we don't know. Actually, that'd probably be a good start. What is something that we don't know about you?
Well, first of all, thank you everybody who attended. My name's Ramiro. I'm out here in the Las Vegas market. Known Rich for already a couple of years, and like you mentioned, I used to be a big Mike Ferry guy, hitting the phones, and decided just to kind of got a little bit overwhelmed just on the phone. So I decided, like, hey, what can I do to have people attracted to me versus me chasing them? So doing a lot of research and decided that, hey, you know what? I think Facebook, or not Facebook, I'm sorry, YouTube is the platform. I've been wanting to start it for years. It's just I never had the courage, just like anyone else. Sometimes like, oh, I don't want to be on camera. What are people gonna say, think? And I just recently started my journey on YouTube. Started in May, and ever since I started, obviously before I even started, I did a ton of research on how to do it the proper way. And since starting the channel, it's just it's been mind-blowing, just the journey that it has taken off in such a short time. And that's something that Rich wanted to come on here and share things that I've done, and be an open book, because I know sometimes there's people out there that me doing research will give you some tips here and there, but they won't give it all and try to sell you a course. And this is not what it's all about. I'm going to share everything that I know. So any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat, or be open mic and ask them. But yeah, I mean, it's I was looking for something where, I mean, I could be sleeping, taking a shower, golfing, vacation, like something that's going to be active in my business while I'm doing those fun activities with the family. And I think YouTube is the best way to go, in my opinion. So if you're looking to get into YouTube, I definitely suggest getting started now. It's getting highly competitive, but just like anything else, people are I've had people reach out, and there's agents out there killing it, right? Having over 10,000 subscribers, but for some reason they're attracted to me just for my personality. So that's something that I'm going to go over. So if you're looking to have something that's going to be passive and less chasing, then that's what this is going to be about today.
Yes. So I want to start with this stat, and I want to make sure you guys are listening. Okay. So actually, in the chat, how many hours on average does the average American work here in the United States? Just on average per year, how many hours do they work? Just type it in the chat, and because I want you guys to understand this. Let's see. How many hours are we going to say? 10 out? No, per year. Yeah. So Denise put 10 hours per day. Okay. Luis put 3120. All right. So obviously this person is going to be getting paid a lot of overtime if they're doing that. So let's see. It's 2,000 hours, right? I'll give you guys the answer. So 2,000. Yeah, there you go. Present us, right? So usually 40 hours a week, 50 weeks out of the year, 2 weeks vacation, right? Super simple. So Ramiro, your first video on YouTube, how many hours of watch time did that have?
Yeah, so that's the crazy part. The first video I ever did, I received an email yesterday from YouTube. It looks like they sent out an email to all the YouTube content creators, and my first video got over 1,500 hours of watch time. And I mean, if I put that into prospecting, I probably not going to prospect 1,500 hours all year, and that's just one video alone.
Exactly. So that's the thing, right? Most people, most agents prospect 2, 3 hours a day, right? Let's just say 2 hours a day. 2 hours times 5 days a week, that's 10 hours times 50, that's 500 hours. So one video, he was able to prospect 3 years worth of one agent's career. So just imagine that, the type of leverage you're going to have from putting out video content, right? This is things that are going while you're sleeping, right? And that's just one video. So anyways, so tell us, how did you get started in YouTube, and why did you pick YouTube versus Instagram or TikTok?
Good question. So I've been wanting to start YouTube for the longest time. I just been just thinking about it, overthinking, just like most of us tend to do. Bought the camera gear, did that. Hey, I'm gonna get started. And then I'm like, no, it's just not the right time. So just this year, I think what had it was just, the market shifted. And I was just thinking like, what can I do to have people reach out to me? And doing my research, nothing again, everything works at the end of the day, right? You could do Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I decided personally to do YouTube because, I mean, what does everybody nowadays do when you're looking to cook, looking to how to fix your car, anything? Everybody always either Googles it or YouTube. But the good thing about YouTube is Google owns YouTube. So you could literally go on Google and search something up, and it's gonna automatically also provide some videos. So I was thinking, what's taking over right now? I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think right now the numbers came out half, like just billions, right, are on YouTube now. It's pretty much taking over, and it's continue to grow. So I think I wanted to hop on that. I'd seen a bunch of agents killing it out there, and that's something that I wanted to be part of. I know sometimes, I thought of like, oh man, it's too late. These agents are kind of already taking over the city. It's like, what am I going to do? But I started doing a little research on YouTube, and realistically, there's really not that many agents on the platform, especially in your city. If you look and do the research, there's probably you could count them with both hands are just on there on the consistent basis. So that's why I decided to go on there. What are people searching? What are people? And at the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine. So if you look at the keywords, so if you do a lot of research on keywords, you'll find out that there's thousands of people always searching on YouTube, like homes in Las Vegas, homes for sale in Las Vegas. So, I mean, and that's why I decided to go with it versus, Instagram, TikTok, which is fine, but that's more of a disruptive prospecting where it's videos are going to pop up on your feed just because they're pushing it out there. But YouTube is people are being more intentional, are actually searching for this stuff. Even if you get 100 views, 500 views, I mean, just put those people in a room, and you're gonna see the power of, sometimes we get discouraged by, I only got 100 views, 300 views. Put those people in a room, and you're gonna just see the power that YouTube has, that putting your video out there.
Love that, man. Very cool. So if I'm a new person, I've never done YouTube, I don't know what I'm doing, can I just use my iPhone? Like, do I need to buy a Nexon 1740 ABC, whatever they call it, right? Like how would I go about that?
No, and that's the thing, right? You know, I think we already have we all have the tools already to get started. You can literally go out there, pull out your phone, and just start recording. You don't need nothing fancy. The only thing I would suggest is investing in some audio. Other than that, you already have what you need in your hand, and that's the thing, right? You know, I ended up going out there buying a professional camera, which is too heavy to carry, especially, you know, out there doing these home tours. It's we all have it in our hands, so there's definitely no excuse of why anybody can do it. And it's never too late, guys. Just it's as easy as just going over there. The mindset that I go into it now is go out there, film, just pretend I'm FaceTiming somebody and just go through property as I'm explaining it as somebody's on the other side of the phone. But I mean, that's all you need, just your iPhone, guys. We all have it in our hands.
Love that.
Or Android.
Oh, I was gonna say you have to have an iPhone, right? Like, if it doesn't make sense, but yeah,
It
okay.
makes it better if you have an iPhone.
Very cool, man. So I'm a new agent, or I'm an agent who hasn't done this before. I'm gonna go to a builder. I just want you guys to have this so broken down. I'm just gonna pretend that everyone is a kindergartner here and we don't know what we're doing. So let's pretend I'm a kindergartner. I walk into a new build as an agent. What's my next step?
Good question. So this is what I do. I always have a printout, right, of the questions that I want to ask. And the reason I do that is so I don't forget. And when I make these videos, I can provide as much as information and value to my viewers. So I already have a something saved in my Google Drive. I go in there. My first intention is build a good relationship with these sales agents. At the end of the day, it's, we all work together, and you never know, you might need a favor from them. So I go in there and ask them just the basic, like, hey, what's the prices, the incentives. The First of all, if you're not aware of what my channel is about, I mostly do new build property tours. That's what I focus on. So when I go with the new builds, just asking the basic information: HOA, lot size, is it gated? Is there sit-in lids? How many homes are going to be built? And after that, then I just go walk the properties, check them out. That way, I'm not surprised while I'm recording. So I know I definitely pinpoint certain highlights of a home that I want people to know. And over time, you'll know what to highlight. You don't have to go over every single thing about the house, because at the end of the day, it's your retention level is just going to drop if you're too detailed. But I mean, the first step is just go and get that information from the new build.
Okay, so first step, we walked in, we have our list of questions that we know that we want to talk about in the video. Prices, incentives, lots, HOA, gated, lids, how many homes are being built in this community. Now we built a rapport with the new build agent. Now I'm going to the house. Okay. Now, do I need to have my phone like this or like this?
Yeah, definitely don't have it vertical. Vertical. You have to have it like this. So don't go in there record like this. Yeah, always have. It's always be prepared, guys. It's know how. Even what I did is just study other people in your market, or not necessarily. Most of the time, I'm studying people outside my market, learning different things of how they do it. But at the end of the day, it's just knowing the information and knowing somewhat of what you're talking. You don't need to be an expert. You'll learn as you start creating more content. But that was my concern, is like what am I going to talk about? I don't know much about these houses, but over time, it's just gonna be routine. You're gonna learn. But yeah, just go know the information from the sales agent. Go out there and film. And then but there's more just to filming, right? It's
Mhm.
also, you need a with YouTube, right? It's nowadays we already know how TikTok, like the attention span is so short. So you have to always have a game plan of, and start studying I always have this sheet right here. I don't know if you can see it, but what it is, it's pretty much a process of, it's not just going to record. You have to reverse engineer. you have to pretty much do your research first. What are people searching in your market?
Mm.
And there's different resources out there that are available to you. It's either you could pick the paid ones, like I use vidIQ. So that right there, if you're looking to do any type of content, vidIQ will tell you what people are searching.
So
So
you
first you
know,
want,
real quick, that part, let's get into it after we go through the home tour. So
okay,
let's pretend we're going through the home tour, and then after that, let's go into analytics and description and things like that, just so we can
yeah,
stay right on track, right? So because everyone here is from kindergarten, and we
yeah, no, yeah,
walked into the
you're right.
simple
You know,
classroom. So we walked into the new build. We have our phone horizontal. Um, are we talking to the phone like this? Is it like, hey, I'm in front of something? Uh, or
so
is
you,
it how does it work?
so you want to hold your phone. You don't want to you want to hold the camera facing out, right? Record like this at
Okay.
all times because that's going to give you the best footage. So you always want to record that way. You don't want to flip it and do the selfie mode because you're not the quality is going to be low first of all. But yeah, it's pretty simple, guys. It's once you're in there, just give a quick, just go through the house, talk about it, even give your opinions of what you like, of what in my videos, I give my honest opinion, like, oh, I wish this was bigger. Oh, I wish this, and some people like it. I got comments below like, hey, leave your 2 cents at the door. But hey, that's who I am, right? I'm gonna give you my honest opinion as I go through this property. And a lot of people more appreciate that. But it's go through the property, record. I mean, there's really much not to it, guys. It's just as simple as just go in there and, like I said, just pretend, hit the record button and pretend you're just on FaceTime and just go through the property.
Love that. Pretend you're on FaceTime. So, do you have a flow? So let's just call it, let's say two-story, right? Because one story, that's just one story. So let's just say I'm in a two-story. Do I go straight to the living room and then the kitchen and whatever first, or do I go upstairs and then come back downstairs? Or how do I, what's a nice natural flow?
That's a good question. So I always try to pretend as you first walk into a property. Obviously, we're not going to walk in and go upstairs, right? So I try to visualize hey, how would somebody walk into this property?
Yeah.
So that's the way I approach it. First of all, I walk in. As soon as I walk in, I just go over the immediate details of what you see and give them a quick look around. Here you go, here's the rooms to the right, boom, boom. And then I head into, most people like to see the kitchen, living room area. That's pretty much the selling point. And obviously, I always, throughout the video, I always sometimes pinpoint like, hey, I cannot wait to show you that primary bedroom. Like that way it helps them stick around or else, they see what they see. But if you mention little tips like that as you're making the video, like, oh man, I want to see this living room he's talking about, or hey, I want to see this balcony. So that's stuff, little things that I've learned over time to keep people engaged in your videos. But yeah, I mean, I just go in. Pretty much my routine is just go in, living room, kitchen. If there's bedrooms downstairs, record the bedrooms, then head upstairs.
Hmm. Love that. Cool. So I walk in, I'm showing them the immediate details like, hey, look, great ceilings, the stairs are here, or whatever. Man, I can't wait to show you guys that primary bedroom. So make sure you guys stay to the end. And then I'm walking forward to the living room or the kitchen or whatever I'm walking towards. Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. I go upstairs. Do you throw in like, hey, if you guys, if this is your first time, subscribe, or do you have any type of dialogue like that? And if you do, where would I say it at?
Yeah, no, good one. So what I've learned, right, when I first started my channel, I wasn't getting call of act, like people calling me or
Hmm.
texting me or even subscribing. So once I started studying my numbers, I say, hey, I know people are watching this video from the beginning. So now what I've done with my videos, hey, I throw in, and this is what's helped me a lot, guys, to where I'm at with subscribers. I asked like in the beginning for them to subscribe. I always say, for example, I always say, hey, if you're looking to learn all about the new builds here in the Las Vegas area, subscribe to my channel and also tap that bell for notification. That way you are the first to learn on all the new builds here in the Las Vegas area. And that right there has helped me get so many subscribers because I just throw it in the beginning because I tell them what my channel's about. And then after, I'll always throw my call of action and I always mention something like, hey, it doesn't matter what time, where you're at, we get, and always what's helped me a lot is, and I learned this just from studying different content creators, is I make it about them, right? Like if I'm talking directly to them in the cameras, like say, hey, we get calls every single day from people just like you looking to make a move here. And that right there has also increased people reaching out to me because I mentioned that there's no time frame for them. When's the right time for them to reach out? So that's helped a lot.
Nice. So your call to actions is tap the bell, subscribe, um, give me a phone call, for if you want to learn more. Do you
Yeah,
have
because I was doing that at the end, and I came to learn like not a lot of people stay to the end of the video. So I would say, hey, why not just stick it in the beginning, and it's been game changer.
awesome? Very cool. Are you guys getting value from this? I'm curious. Like I'm like writing so many notes. So, oh, Luis has his thumbs up. Denise is shaking her head. Love that. Perfect, perfect. Any questions so far to this point? I just want to make sure that we're going through it, but we're going slow enough to where all the concepts are kind of sticking. So very cool. Awesome, awesome. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right. So we went over CTAs. We talked about the walkthrough, right? Um, how often? So I think the process of them actually going to it, I think that makes sense. You guys understand you gotta do the call to actions in the beginning, in the middle, and then probably the end, right? You're gonna want to have at least 3 call to actions. And then you have your phone horizontal, you're going through the property, you're starting in front of the property. And then anything else you want to share on the physical aspect of it to where they have to do a walkthrough or they have to say anything?
So so before I even go to a new build, I always do some research up front.
Mm.
I always like to know my surroundings, what's around there, and it helps out a lot. I know when I first was just going out there, just kind of just going with the flow, right? But that's just not how things work. It is simple, but at least have what I would always say is just have a plan. Know what you're gonna say, know the community, know your surroundings. That way you could provide as much value in your videos. But it's not just, you're not just selling a home, right? You're what I always tell people, you're selling the lifestyle that is around that community.
Nice. Very, yeah, I love that, man. When you understand everything, it just becomes a lot more intimate. So I like that. Cool. Now, as a new person who has never done YouTube, do I do 1 day a week, 2 days a week, or if I really wanted to get into this, what would you say is my time commitment, or how many times should I go?
Yeah. So the way obviously it's up to you, but the way YouTube works is, after doing a ton of research, they reward consistency. So whatever it may be for you, you have to be consistent with that. But as far as getting your channel going, I mean, I went with the mindset. I looked at my competitors. I said, how many videos are they doing a week? If they were doing 25 a month, I'm going to try to do 30. And so you always, as starting out, I suggest always is you do batch recording. That way you have a ton of already content already out there created. Life happens, right? We all, especially in the holidays, we tend to go out shopping. So always have at least a schedule. Like for me right now, and it's nothing crazy, guys. I'm only doing 3 days a week of just going out there, and I think that's perfect for somebody to do, especially as if you have different lead source of pillars. If you're a cold caller, if you're a door knocker, open house, and this is the beauty of YouTube, right? You get to buy all that time back. You go out there, spend a couple hours a week, and just let YouTube do its thing. So I would say do 3 days a week. And what I'm doing to extend my content is each home is going to be its own video. So if I go out there, average community has 2 or 3 homes at minimum. And you're already talking about just going out there one day, you already have half the week done. So technically, you could do 2 days and you'll be okay. But the key thing is, whatever you do, there's really no wrong or right or what to do, but just be consistent and kind of give YouTube's algorithm of when are you going to be posting videos.
Nice. So 3 days a week, you're getting how many videos from that?
So if I go 3 days a week, I'm at least getting 7 to 9 videos in those 3 days.
Nice.
And
So you're
sometimes even more. I mean, I've been to communities that have 6 homes, and I'm like, oh, this is. And I love those communities because it just gives me all that those extra days just to push out that content. Sometimes there's times I have so many videos that I'm putting out 2 a day just to get those videos out.
nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right. All right. Let's I want to make sure that this is as simple as possible. So we're going from, we know how many we're doing now, right? So we have the videos. How much time is it going to take me to go from raw footage to edited, or like how much editing needs to take place? Can we just be like, all right, cool, we're just putting it on and it's going?
Yeah. So with editing, I mean, that's its whole different animal itself. I always suggest with the beauty of these videos, guys, it's you don't need much editing.
Mm,
It's most, people like the raw footage, the raw look. When it's too edited or just too high professional, people seem not to it's just weird how that works, right? So the good thing is you could almost get away with just not much editing. My son helps me out a lot with editing, so I do have the pleasure of you know, at least getting that assistant on that side. I do know how to edit myself, but if I go out there and film, I'm looking at the turnaround. I try not to take more, since I'm recording a lot of homes, it usually takes about 5 days to actually put it out there on the YouTube world.
mhm. Got you. So from the actual footage itself, are you adding any verbiage, or is that like the video itself? Is that just going straight to YouTube and then we're just doing the thumbnail, the title, and description, or is there something happening to the video itself?
Yeah, so we'll do minimal editing. Obviously, you always want to disclose your brokerage and your license number, stuff like that, and the property description. And I always do have pop-ups of subscribe and disclaimers on there because I believe that it's always good to protect yourself just in case you do say something that's not the correct info. So I always put little disclaimers out there either on the video or in the description. And as far as um, thumbnail and title, not thumbnail is going to be the most important thing of everything. You have to make it, you know, pop out for people to even click on it. So I've come to find out messing with different thumbnails that's going to help you. Some may help and some may not be as effective. It's just all try and error, guys. Just like anything you do, is just going out there and just testing it and start seeing what works and what doesn't work and just learn from it. But just keep it simple editing. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. There's out people out there that literally do no editing. It just literally seems like they slapped the video, and that works too. It's just sometimes some people want to get creative, and some people just want to keep it simple. So there's really no wrong or right way to do with your videos as far as editing. Just I always say just keep it simple, put it out there, and after you start learning, then you can start taking it to the next level.
Nice. So hypothetically, ideally, right? If I'm new, I could probably template all my disclosures, my disclaimers, all of that can be templated into a YouTube description that I already have set up. And then all I would need to do is just change the community information, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So yeah, YouTube lets you put a template in there. So
oh,
that
wow.
template's always gonna pop up. The only thing that I change is obviously the property description, and that's it. So you just save a ton of time because it's already pre-templated in there.
easy button. And then all I need to do is on my actual video edit is throw in some, maybe like the bell sound for subscribing, or and that's it. Do I need to have a software like Canva or Adobe, or like if all I wanted to do was like add subscriptions, CTA, or how could I do that? Like, so it's like it doesn't take me more than, I don't know, 10 minutes. Can I do that?
Well, 10 minutes is definitely going to be a challenge. To be honest, there's just a ton of softwares out there, guys. You know, if you have MacBook, there's iMovie. I mean, there's CapCut, there's DaVinci Resolve, Premiere. So there's just so many different editing softwares out there. What I tend to see that it's really simple for everybody is CapCut. It's becoming real popular, and it's just really simple just to drop stuff in. So I always, you know, when people ask me, because people reach out to me all the time and like, hey, like, what are you using to edit your videos? Me personally, I use DaVinci Resolve, but there's easier softwares out there for beginners. I would recommend is more like iMovie is one of the simpler editing softwares out there, or even CapCut, and you can literally do that on your phone as well.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Any questions so far on this, guys? I wanted to make sure that we're going slow and we're getting super deep and valuable, so that way you guys have literally all the steps. Let me see. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Louise looks good. Denise looks good. And then the faces I can't see. Oh, Denise, yes.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that, can we talk about later on about those templates? Because you said it sounded really easy, but it may not be so easy for me.
Oh, yeah. So having like the description template, yeah. I think
Yes, cool. Thank you.
we
Yeah.
could probably hop on the YouTube, and then we can probably show that right there, and then it'll make it easy. How I operate is, how can I template everything and just change one or two things, so that way if I need to do it or a VA needs to do it, it's super simple. Just because I don't want you guys to get caught up in not taking action, right? Like, oh shit, I have to do all these things, right? But no, it's literally, let's go to the builder. Let's have our list of questions that we need to know that we're going to probably talk about in the video, walk through, you know, do pretend you're on FaceTime, talk about the house, right? And now we've got to that part, and now we're to the uploading part. Ramiro, would we be able to hop on, maybe just see like your YouTube, and then not, you don't have to upload a video if you don't want to. I can even do it on mine, and then kind of walk through that process.
Yeah, we could do that.
Cool.
Let's see.
I have the share screen, so you can just share it if you want to.
Let me see. Yeah, see that?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So this, actually, let me go to, I can't even spell no more.
That's okay.
All right, so it's as simple as this, guys. So pretty much you would log in as you're going to YouTube. You know, you click on your little picture and there's a YouTube Studio. You go to YouTube Studio. This is all your back end on your channel. It gives you everything you need to know from your latest video, how it's performing. I'll just go over this real quick, guys, since I already have this screen popped up. For example, this is my last video I posted. You know, it shows you how many views. It's already almost got close to 600. It gives you the impression rate. What that is how many people are actually clicking. So YouTube will push it out. And for example, out of 100 people, close to 5 people are probably clicking it. So that's definitely not a good click-through rate. And like I said, you always want to check your thumbnail. That has to do with your thumbnail. But as you can see right now, as far as ranking by views, it's pretty much ranking right now is 2 out of 10 out of my last 10 videos. So it's doing pretty good. I would say, you know, it's ranked 2 out of the last 10. Average duration, this is what I was saying, like, hey, why did I throw my call to action in the beginning? Well, because of this number, guys, right here. If people are not staying till minute 15, then I have to throw as much as information in the beginning. That way, at least I capture those call to action. But as far as going in the template, guys, right here, so you would customization, actually go to, it's gonna be in settings. So right here, so upload defaults. This is where you just upload everything. And it's already in here. You just do it one time. So obviously it's gonna take you that one time. It's gonna take you the longest. After that, you don't even have to worry about it. So this is where it's just, they give you a small window so you can't really see much. But I'll give you an example. I was actually going to upload a video here soon. So let me see. So you're gonna, oh, there it is. I was like, where did that go? So right here, this is my next video I'm going to upload. As I click on it, you see this is already in there. All that it's in there. So because I did it that one time. And I always add, you know, everything I want. Not much stuff, guys. I just added playlists, disclaimers, tags, and keep it real simple because right here, this is the important part. You always want to have your contact info because I always in my videos always say, hey, my contact info is in the description below. So they could either give me a call, email, I provide the website, my personal website, and also if they want to book an appointment, I have my Google Calendar right there for them to book. But this is pretty much my template right here. Is there anything specific you guys would like to see in the back end of how these videos are done?
No, it
But yeah,
makes sense. You're putting the video in, the template's already there. So since you already have the template, what details on that specific community are you looking to enter?
as far as in the property description,
Yeah, so
yeah.
anything specific?
So yeah, so with AI, guys, we don't have to do much thinking, guys. So if you had ChatGPT, make it your best friend, because that's something that, you know, I don't want to think too much, guys. I'm more of like Rich said, hey, do it quick, slap it on, and let it ride. So I do have a prompt that I use and I enter. So I go to the builder's website. I always get all the information. If they describe something, I enter all that in ChatGPT and it generate a description for me. So that's like, for example, this latest one right here. ChatGPT created the description from here, this point right here, all the way to the top. ChatGPT did that for me. I just provide the information and I tell it, hey, create me an SEO friendly, searchable property description for my YouTube channel. And here are the details about the property to help you better write it. And that's all I do.
Love that. So create me an SEO friendly YouTube description for my.
So so the thing, right, with property description. So the thing with YouTube, guys, it's going to be, the most important is going to be your title and your thumbnail. Those are the two main important things for your channel. But
Awesome.
what the description does, though, it tells YouTube what your video is about. That way it helps it push it to the right people. So it's very important, especially the most important your property description are going to be the first 3 sentences. So you want to let YouTube know what your video is about. That way they can push it to the right people out there. So when
Gotcha.
I create the prompt, I always try to include my keywords right in the beginning. For example, for me in my market, I always try to put Las Vegas real estate market, Las Vegas homes, Las Vegas home for sale. So ChatGPT will create a description like that for me.
Love that, man. That is huge. Yeah, I just wrote out like a prompt on my notes. Cool. All right. So we talked about how to enter in. We have the template, we have the description, the title that's coming from ChatGPT as well, I'm guessing, yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
And then
And
right here, it kind of gives you a score, right? So literally, because I have vidIQ, they help you how to rank your video, how to provide as much information possible. So you notice right here is 92 out of 100. That's pretty good. Anytime you could get in the hundreds and being optimized, that's just huge. Now you're just giving your video the best chance to actually do good.
nice. And how much does that cost? vidIQ.
Not much. I think it's like $4 a month.
Jeez, bro, you're really breaking the bank today. Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean, like for example, I'll give you. Do you guys see this? The vidIQ right here.
Yeah, we can see it.
So see right here, for example, this is going to be your best friend, guys. Like I think if you're going to create content out there on the YouTube world, you have to have either vidIQ or TubeBuddy. Any one of those are awesome. But I mean, look at all the data it just gives you, right? Like for example, Las Vegas homes for sale. The search volume is 4,800 people a month are searching that. So guess what? You can create a title that has Las Vegas homes for sale. So it's like this right here just gives you everything, the information you need to know. It's like, right here, if it gives you, the keyword opportunities. Las Vegas housing market, 5,700 people are searching it a month. And it
Wow.
also helps you, right here, as far as the keywords that I'm using, it lets me know which ones are the top ranked. For right now, it's Las Vegas homes for sale. And right now it's, watch time, it's around 65 hours. Just in that keyword. If people
And
searching something like that, I'm getting 65 hours just on that.
that's from the last 24 hours, or when is that from?
So this right here, let me see. Keywords are driving most of your traffic to your channel. So
Oh,
these are pretty much keywords as of, it doesn't say how long, but it helps me like what's driving people to my channel. So it's either, and this is the number one, Las Vegas homes for sale. I'm assuming it's not that long because it's only 11 views. But it's, watch time 65.
nice.
But I mean, this guys, if you're gonna do your YouTube channel, get this right here. It's just gonna help you even from creating your title right here. For example, I'm just gonna pick a previous one that I picked that I test. And you search it, it's gonna let you know right here your opportunity with it. So right now, if I was to go with that title, search volume right now is 1,700 people are searching for that a month, and it also lets you know your competition. So that right here is gonna be your best friend.
That's solid. That is solid right there, bro. I love that. All right.
Yeah.
I know we're getting closer, so let's move to thumbnails as the last thing, and then we'll open up for any questions. So, how do we do the thumbnails? Is this a VA thing, or how do you figure that out?
So right now I'm doing my thumbnails.
Yep.
You know, what I like to do with thumbnails, I'll show you guys. I keep it simple, especially with with what I'm doing right here. It doesn't, I try just to create something that's just gonna pop. That's when you see it on your phone. You have to think of it. Most people are looking on YouTube on their phone. So if they're looking at thumbnails, it's going to be automatically obviously smaller. So you want to make it something that's just going to stand out. So for example, I mean, that last one that I just created, it's easy as just uploading your pictures and making it something that's just going to pop. This is my last one, but I just use Canva. It's a free source that we all have access to. And it's just all you have to do is just on the right here in the search, it's as simple as just typing in YouTube thumbnails and pick something that catches your attention. Just swap the picture. It's that easy.
Wow.
Like for
Well,
example, I like big text
yeah.
because that you want it to pop. Like if I was to use this one, just click it, customize it, guys, and just it's as easy as just this is just to show you how easy it is. and just upload your last. Let me see my last uploads. Like for example, I'm just gonna upload that house. I didn't do it right. Let me drop it like this.
There you go. To the back.
That easy, guys. Just obviously remove her and just change the text. You have your thumbnail. And I could literally do right now. I'm literally doing thumbnails in less than 5 minutes. I don't spend much time. I just create something. I don't put too much thought into it, to be honest. I just want something that is just going to stand out. As long as it stands out, I let it ride.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think that's pretty simple. I don't know if we need to go any deeper on that. All right, let's see. We got 10 minutes left. I can keep asking millions of questions, but I'd love to open it up. Like any other question you guys have, Denise, or I know Ivan, you hopped
I
in a
have a
little bit late.
question. I jumped a little bit late, but do you do is it videos that you do for this like new built homes? Or is it just
Yeah.
like pictures or what is it that you do?
Yeah, so I do mostly property tours on my channel. So I
Okay.
just go to all new builds and just just do a property tour. I have done a little bit of like pros and cons and moving to Las Vegas, stuff like that. So that's something that I do want to incorporate, but for right now, it's mostly just property tours.
So property tours, and you just do the video and then you just do a thumbnail for that video and just post it pretty much. And is
Yeah.
this where like mostly your business coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice and basic. So I mean, nothing crazy as
Yeah.
as long as the thumbnail pops out, like you said. I think it's yeah, for sure. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, if you notice right here, just looking at this, I mean, you could almost, obviously it's a little smaller here, but you could just see everything that just pops on the thumbnails.
Do you record on
Just
your phone or do you record on like on a camera, special camera for this?
Just my phone.
iPhone, bro. Only iPhones.
I got Android, man, so
Just kidding.
be all right. We'll be all right.
No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, anybody could do it, I tell everybody like, hey, just incorporate. You don't have to go all crazy, but maybe even do just one video a week.
Yeah.
Just get started. I think it's the best way right now to have that passive prospecting, because just like anything, right? If you're not consistent, you're not going to get the results. And if you do one video a week, it's just going to start. You'll want to
So
do more after you start seeing the results. I'll tell you that.
yeah, because
Hey,
I have a YouTube channel too, but I think I don't really do the thumbnail, so I think that's what's hurting me too as well. So seeing you, and then I've heard in the past that thumbnails is very important, but I think doing thumbnails and post them on the videos so it can be more attracting and I guess more exposure. I'll make sure my admin, starts doing that because she does upload it, but I mean she's not a YouTube professional, but I guess yeah, that doing the thumbnails is gonna be very important for this.
Yeah. It's the most important, just because naturally YouTube is going to push your video out there, and if it's not appealing for somebody to click on, then they're just not going to click on it.
Oh, what
So
was
yeah,
that page called for to check the numbers again?
Bid IQ. So
Bid
it's
IQ.
BIDIQ.com. Yeah.
IQ. You said that's a couple bucks a month, you said?
Yeah. It's, I want to say I pay like $4 a month. They
Oh,
do have a,
Bid
obviously if
IQ.
you upgrade, like if you're doing right now for what I do, just home tours, I keep it basic. But if you upgrade to a higher plan, it's a little more, but now it's giving you title ideas and everything. So it's a little more advanced. But I think for what I do right now, the basic plan, the $4 ones, I'm okay with that. It's been working.
Yeah, why reinvent the wheel? So yeah, thank you.
I have a question. And I'm a newbie, Ramiro. I already have just a YouTube subscription. Do I need to make another one for my YouTube? Or can I use when I'm looking at videos now that I signed in? Or do I make a new one?
You could choose to keep that same one you're using.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to have a specific one just for your Google email and your email just for that, then I would create a new one. But like me, I've had this channel forever and I just created it on it.
And are you
So
paying anything right now on the YouTube where you are doing all this? Are you paying?
no, nothing.
Okay.
So yeah. So right now my channel is now optimized. Obviously, it's not going to make a lot of money, but when it gets to a point where now YouTube will start paying you money to create these channels, to create these videos. So once you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, YouTube will now start paying you. But this is the beauty of it, guys. You don't have to pay nothing. It's free. Post as many as you want. Obviously, as long as you follow the rules. But it's a free platform for us just to put our business out there and just free marketing.
Awesome, awesome. Can you show, man, I wanted them to see like how much watch time you've had since you started about 6 months ago. Can you show that?
Let me see. So here's a quick overview. Obviously, if you go to analytics. So right now, let me see. So this is just in the last 28 days. So in the last 28 days, so my channel's gotten over 15,000 views. Right now it's just 1,300 hours, 1,300 hours. And I've gained 73 subscribers. And obviously I don't pay attention to this because that's not what I'm in it for. But like I mentioned, YouTube does pay you money to post videos. So, but as far as me starting, let me see.
That top right. See it?
Oh, there it is. So I'm just gonna go actually 2023, that's when I started, so. Okay. So right here, so as of right now, in 2023, I've gotten over close to 250,000 views, a little bit over 18,000 hours, and I've gained, I'm right 1.3K subscribers. And so these are the numbers. So you can see right here where I started, guys, literally right here. And I've had the pleasure of when I first started, I don't know what YouTube, but they became my best friend and definitely pushed my channel when I first started. It's definitely slowed down, but now it's more realistically. Obviously, don't expect these results. What I always tell people, don't expect, like I came with the mindset like, hey, I'm gonna get 1,000 subscribers, maybe a year. I'll give it a year to get 1,000. I didn't do it because like, hey, I wanted it quick. I had no idea this was gonna happen. But just know that this is more of a normal right here. But I did get a big jump in the beginning because I was just came out here pushing it hard and did everything the right way, guys. From thumbnails to titles to the property description. So it's very important. I always tell people, don't just post and pray, post and do it the right way. That way it gives your videos the best chance to be successful.
Man, I'm looking at your
But yeah,
watch time hours, 18,000, right?
yeah.
In 6 months. So the conversation earlier was the average American works 2,000 hours a year. So basically, you've already had 9 years of prospecting on your channel done for you in 6 months.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And that's the reason why I decided to go with YouTube, guys, because stuff like this, right? As of right now, there's people watching my video. For example, just in the last 48 hours, 1,200 people. Am I going to talk to 1,200 people in the last 40 hours? No, there's no way. That just gives you, so you guys can see the power that YouTube has. So if you're thinking about it on the boat of doing YouTube, do it now. I at least have it as a plan for 2024 to get on board and just start pushing it out there and just have that, what I call is, obviously, there's everything works right, but this is just one pillar of your business. But have that, do that passive prospecting you, and then you can still continue to do that proactive prospecting.
Man, thank you so much, brother. Do we have any last questions real quick while we have Ramiro here? Any other questions? I think that going once, going twice, I think we're good. Did everybody get great value? Type in the chat or say it, just let me know. I want to make sure that we can either bring Ramiro back or like, man,
Bring him back.
never let this guy back on the channel.
No, like
Yeah.
I'm definitely an open book, guys. Like if you guys have any questions, like I love to show people YouTube because it's, I'm a firm believer in YouTube, and that's something that I'm real passionate about. So if there's somebody out there and we can schedule some time, get on there, any questions you may have, walk you through something, even get your channel going, I definitely love to help you guys.
Hey, Marlene here.
Hey,
I wanted to
Marlene.
chime in a little bit. Hey, sorry, I had to take a call from a client, so I missed some of the presentation. However, I wanted to share a little bit. I met Ramiro possibly more than a year ago, doing the whole prospecting, and right now I just came from an event with Tom Ferry, which he really highlighted everything that you guys are covering today. And his panelists, some of the most successful agents that were sitting there, I got to learn that 80 to 60% of their business that they were acquiring is through YouTube. So definitely this works, guys. I wish I started my YouTube when I first started talking to Ramiro, because I think I did share with him that I want to start my YouTube. But just like he says, because is there either shyness or you just don't really know where to start. Sometimes you just procrastinate, don't do it. But it was been a really good reflection. Hearing Ramiro in this presentation, also what I took from Tom Ferry and everybody there. YouTube really does work, and I would say just start it and do it. I just have a question for you, Ramiro, that I don't know if you covered it while I was out on the call. Is how do you collaborate with the sales agents on the build? Because I've tried to go and take video, and sometimes they kind of don't want me to, like they want me to be there with a buyer. So I wonder if you just establish a friendship with them, or you straight up tell them you're going to be there an hour or two recording this properties, or how do you do it?
Yeah, no, definitely a good question, because that's something that I thought about when I was new and starting out. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be some sales agents that are going to be a pain. If that's just something that it just comes with everything, right? Even from prospecting to meeting sales agents, sometimes ego gets in the way. But what I do is I go in there and ask them all the questions I need to do. And I do ask them if it's okay to film. I do, because I'm going to be there for a while. I'm going to be there for an hour or two, and it's not going to be a secret. And most of the time, if they don't want me to film, what I find out that works is like, hey, I'm going to do a property tour for my clients. And at the end of the day, we all have clients, right? So we're not lying. So just go in there and just tell them like, hey, is it okay if I just do a property tour for my client? And that's it. I have had them say like, oh, if we see this online, we're gonna take it down and this and that. I'm like, I still do it, but that's a personal choice, guys. At the end of the day, so do that at your own risk. But it's some sales agents are gonna give you a little hard time, but for the most part, the best that I come to find out after some give me the hard time is just saying like, hey, I'm gonna do a property tour for my clients. They don't need to know where you're going to post it. Just say, hey, I'm going to do it for my clients. And that's it. That's the easiest way.
Thank you, Ramiro.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you, Ramiro, so much for providing so much value. The recording will be up in just a few. And next week, please join us again, as I will have an Instagram master who their team is closing 15 deals this month from Instagram. And they'll be closing over 100 in the year, all from Instagram. So keep coming back every single week as we keep providing more and more value. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ramiro, and we'll see all of you guys later.
Thank you, guys.